So when we get down to the local elections, when we get down to the school board, we get down to the judges and the justices, elected officials, and I've stepped up and put the money behind it. It's another level of gangster.
What's up, New York? Diddy finally has the key to...
The New York Times is now reporting that New York City Mayor Eric Adams has just been indicted tonight by...
Shocking claims about Diddy suggest that he has used manipulation and intimidation to maintain power in the music industry. This reflects a survival tactic where artists navigate a cutthroat environment, oftentimes faces moral compromises to protect their careers. These allegations highlight the darker dynamics of success in the industry. The big question here is Diddy snitching in order to save his life? Because when we stop and we look at what's happening here, it looks like everyone's retiring all of a sudden, and now people are starting to get arrested, especially the mayor of New York. And we're going to dig deep into that today. I don't want to hold you. Go ahead and hit that like button. Definitely share the video. If this was your first time watching, hit that subscribe button. Let's get to it.
The bad boy of entertainment is getting to keep the city from the bad boy of politics. Show him some love.
What's up, New York? Diddy finally has the key to the city.
Keep in mind, this was less than a year ago. Diddy was on top of the world with Eric Adams.
It's bigger than Diddy. It's bigger than Diddy, bro. Because you know who else they was doing investigation on during that whole time period?
Eric Adams, the mayor of New York City, was just indicted by the feds, and you cannot tell me that this doesn't have something to do with Diddy. And I have the chills right now because right after Diddy's arrest, multiple people connected and working with Eric Adams stepped down from their jobs. And now we finally have the feds indicting Eric Adams a week after the Diddy indictment. Everybody has been saying that politicians and people in power are connected to Diddy, and even Diddy's ex-bodyguard, Gene Deal, just spoke about Diddy's relationship with Eric Adams.
They have to work together because entertainers have the power of the youth. Politicians need the youth in order for them to get in office. So it's easy for them to bribe the entertainers in order to get people to vote. They all work together for manipulation of the masses.
So Eric Adams, the mayor of New York City, has been indicted on federal criminal charges. The indictment right now is sealed, and it's unclear what charge or charges Adams is facing, but we are expected to know the details of the indictment on Thursday.
You gotta hate when they seal it, because when they seal it, they're pretty much working behind the scenes to see, okay, how can we make this stop? We can give you some little charges or we can give you some big charges, but it boils down to what are you going to do for us? And who is us? The elites that's higher than him that have something on him. In order to survive in politics and in the entertainment business, you have to always have dirt to bribe with.
And honestly, maybe this is just a coincidence, but I feel like they are attacking people left and right. And I mean, Eric Adams is the one that told us when he gave Diddy the key to New York City, he said that he was the bad boy of politics. And now we're actually finding out he is the real bad boy of politics.
They say that words have spells. He may have cursed himself. Get in the comments and let me know.
The New York Times is now reporting that New York City Mayor Eric Adams has just been indicted tonight by federal prosecutors. It's still under seal as of this hour, so we're still waiting on a lot of the details here. But this comes as there has been a flood of resignations in his administration. And of course, we have seen several of them embroiled in investigations from his administration. The phones seized by several of them, including the police commissioner, the school chancellor, the deputy mayor, several officials in his administration. This has all been going on as today we saw Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, one of the most prominent voices in the Democratic Party, who doesn't often get involved in the politics of New York City on the local level, calling for Adams to resign, saying she did not see how he could continue to govern the city. He responded to that by saying that he had not faced any charges yet. Of course, now tonight we see that he has been indicted.
I knew something was wrong when he was telling people to take in the migrants and saying that these are friendly people and that we should help take care of them. Bro, you're in New York City. You did a lot of things that people looked at you and said, now they're going to really find out how you got in office. But please explain how you ended up having a migrate situation and they're from Mexico.
We expected this.
This is not surprising to us at all.
That lets you know he's been doing dirt for a long time, and he's been saying to himself, any day now they're going to come after me, or unless they gave him a warning before.
The actions that have unfolded over the last 10 months, the leaks, the commentary, this did not surprise us that we reached this day.
Because a lot went wrong. Everybody liked it when you got in there, but after you got in there, your city started to crumble.
And I ask New Yorkers to wait to hear our defense before making any judgments. From here, my attorneys will take care of the case so I can take care of the city.
Now that you've been indicted, bro, don't nobody care what good you're doing for the city. They just want to know, why are you in there?
My day-to-day will not change. We'll continue to do the job for 8.3 million New Yorkers that I was elected to do. And I look forward to defending myself and defending the people of this city as I've done throughout my entire professional career.
They got to stand strong like it doesn't bother them, because once again, it's politicians. If you ask me, we're getting closer to that presidential, and everyone's trying to figure out which way is the world gonna go. It sounds like to me, they trying to take out the corrupt, and they trying to change a whole new system of living. What do you think? Let me know.
My fellow New Yorkers, it is now my belief that the federal government intends to charge me with crimes. If so, these charges will be entirely false, based on lies. But they would not be surprising. I always knew that if I stood my ground for all of you, that I would be a target, and a target I became. For months, leaks and rumors have been aimed at me in an attempt to undermine my credibility and paint me as guilty.
What did you expect, man? You gave the key to the city to Diddy. At this point, they gonna look at everything that surrounded Diddy. Why you think so many celebrities are quiet? This is just the beginning of something that is going to just take off and change the world.
Just this past week, they searched the home of our new police commissioner, looking for documents from 20 years ago, just 1 week after he joined my administration.
Which means that you hired somebody that they were already watching. So now they're like, you have to be connected. If you know this man, we've been watching him for a while.
Enough. I will fight these injustices with every ounce of my strength and my spirit. If I'm charged, I know I am innocent.
Hopefully he can prove his case for him, but when it's all said and done, they trying to find something.
Whopping $10 million in public funds. That's funds that were supposed to go to New Yorkers, and the government of New York City actually went to his mayoral campaign in 2021, according to federal prosecutors. That's just been unsealed in this indictment. So that is a huge number. And the way that they allege he did this was through straw donors. So it's not just hedge funds and billionaires giving him money. It's actually foreign entities tied to the Turkish government specifically giving money through other people to amass this huge amount of money. He also used a New York City matching program. So that helped balloon this number, that ballooned to $10 million that he allegedly illegally received for his campaign. There's also a lot of detail in this indictment about flights that he took, business class upgrades, hotel suites in Istanbul, and we're not talking about flights, around the state. These are international flights that he got. And what the government needs to prove in court is that it was a quid pro quo. And so what they lay out is what they wanted, which was a quick and easy approval by the fire department for a skyrise for the Turkish consulate that prosecutors alleged Adams pushed through and pressured the fire chief for this. There have been a lot of rumors swirling around. We were aware of a lot of these allegations, but it's fascinating to see this laid out in a narrative that we can read. And this looks like a more than 3 years long investigation that U.S. Attorney Damian Williams has been carrying out. So there are a lot of details in here, and a lot of details included. We don't always see this level of detail, but it's fascinating.
And that's part of why I made the point that the federal government doesn't bring these charges lightly. You would not bring such serious charges against a sitting mayor of the biggest city in the country unless you were confident in your case. I have the indictment in my hands, and it is thick. It seems as heavy as a book. It is extremely detailed. I just want to show that to our viewers. This isn't like a simple page. It's multiple pages, this indictment.
So the mayor out here messing around with some mobsters that done put the pressure on him. They done sent him pictures of his family and said, you better make sure we get in that skyscraper, and then we'll pay you fairly well if you can do so. But the fire department was like, nah, man, it ain't legal yet. But then Eric Adams was like, man, you need to make this work. They're sending me pictures of my family.
Child, they done got the mayor, y'all. Check this out. So it is being reported by ABC News. This just came out 3 minutes ago, so it's fresh out the press. Why has the mayor of New York, Eric Adams, has been charged with 5 counts connected to the improper campaign of contributions, according to a sweeping indictment that was unsealed this morning. So just for layman terms, it looks like that he was accepting money from people and in his campaign, you know, to get him further in his campaign. Like this one right here. That's why I picked this picture. Because, you know, people like him, that's the reason why he got the key to the city. And he ain't really did nothing for the city. But yeah, so he is, yeah, he finna be charged. He finna go to. So like we've been telling y'all, it's a lot of people that's been connected to Diddy is about to start. They finna start picking them apart. So yeah, y'all, this is breaking news. Mr. Eric Adams, the mayor of New York, he has been charged officially this morning. Yeah, it's an indictment. So yeah, y'all tell me what y'all think about it in the comments.
I think everybody trying to save face, and I think the ones that can get to Bailey and join Russell Simmons is going to be the ones that have the best life.
It's called Our Black Party. Okay. It's time for us to have our own black political party, unapologetically. Because right now, if you look at the debates, we're not even a part of the conversation. Not at all. We're not a part of the conversation. We don't have any political power. We don't have any political leverage. And so we started Our Black Party with some young, fearless black activists, elected officials, and I've stepped up and put the money behind it. Mm-hmm. This is the biggest threat and the only option that we have right now as far as making a change, taking our own self-responsibility and accountability to be educated.
They're saying allegedly this is the interview that creates the conspiracy theory of why him and Eric Adams had such a great relationship. It's because they were trying to build a force like what he's talking about now. But this is just allegedly. Let's see what else he has to say.
And empowered with our vote.
So what's the goal for our Black Party?
Our Black Party's #1 goal is to unify behind a black agenda. You could be a part of the Democratic Party, the Republican Party, you could be an independent, but if you black, you wasn't born Republican, you wasn't born Democrat, you wasn't born independent, you was born black.
Diddy, come on now. Back in 1867, black people created the Republican Party.
And we have to seize our political power because it'll just be more the same. Being pushed this way, being pushed that way, and we're expecting a different result. Mm-hmm. But the definition of insanity is like doing the same thing over and over the same way, expecting a different result, and it's not going to happen. So we have to change the tone. We got to start with us stepping up and really taking the responsibility and accountability to be a part of this political movement.
The hardest part of that is going to be getting other black people to buy into it.
This is not for all black people. You know what I'm saying? This is not for the scary ones. This is for the ones that want to move things forward and want to get to the smoke. A black person spends an average of like 5 hours on Instagram a day. You could give Instagram that time. 15 minutes you could give to educating yourself. And Our Black Party's that platform. So when we get down to the local elections, when we get down to the school board, when we get down to the judges and the justices, that's so confusing for us. We've never played this game. It's another level of gangster.
Diddy letting you know he ready to play them games to get to where he got to get to, but he can't roll with them scared blacks. Hey, get in the comments and let me know, what do you think is happening whenever it comes to this Diddy situation? And if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. Definitely share the video. If this was your first time watching, hit that subscribe button. If you want to see more of my personal life, go to my second channel, Auto Spade 57, or at Life with Anthony Spade. See you on the next video.